call up to speak is Eric W. Rader. Mr. Rader is the president of AFT Local 1650, the Henry Ford Community College Federation of Teachers, and a professor of political science at HFC.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Eric Rader. I'm the president of Henry Ford Community College Federation of Teachers. Many of you probably knew my predecessor, John McDonald, who sadly passed away last December, and I worked for quite a few years as one of his vice presidents. Also here, is this better? Okay. Also here is Sam Bazzi. Sam, can you raise your hand? Sam is the external vice president for our union. That's the role I used to have, and now he's serving in that role, doing a wonderful job as our external vice president. But we voted our executive board of Local 1650, when we represent the full-time faculty at Henry Ford College. We voted unanimously several weeks ago to endorse Dr. Saleh. We are thrilled to endorse him for this race. We're particularly excited that he's a professor, and we know that this board has a dual role. They serve as the, as you all know, the board for the Dearborn Public Schools, but they're also the board of trustees for our college. It's probably the only board, it's definitely the only board like that in the state, and maybe one of the few or only ones in the nation where they have a dual role like that. And of course, at the college, we want somebody on the board who understands the work of college professors. And certainly having a college professor, I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on in colleges and universities. So we're very excited about that. We were excited that Dr. Saleh is a product of Henry Ford College. He's a graduate of our school, as well as the Dearborn Public Schools. I think you have one child in the HFC right over there. So I don't know if you've taken political science, but I teach a lot of online classes, so I don't get to meet my students in person. But so anyway, well, we're glad to have you here. And of course, children in the Dearborn Public Schools. So he's invested in the public schools of Dearborn as well as the college. He's a product of this community, of the schools here, and he understands what they need, that they need investment, they need good resources, support for our teachers in the K-12, our professors in the college, and we know that he will listen to what we have to say and to our concerns. But the fact that he himself is a professor and is facing students every day and knows the challenges of students these days, and we've been dealing with the pandemic over the last few years and trying to get to a point where we can have a little bit of more normalcy in our classrooms as well as online learning, and he understands all of those issues. So we're very excited at Henry Ford College and in our union to support Dr. Saleh, and we look forward to continuing to work with you, not only the rest of the campaign, but in the next several years after you're elected. So thank you.
Let's hear another round of applause for Mr. Rader. Before I call up the next person, I want to make a correction to what I said before. We're accepting forms of payment only money orders, checks, and card payments, no cash. So that's just a correction for what I said before. The next person I'd like to call up is Osama Siblani. Mr. Siblani is publisher and editor-in-chief of the Arab American News and board chairman of Garden City Hospital.
Assalamu alaikum. When I was introduced to Redhwan at a function for our brother Abdul Nasser for the 10th anniversary of the Arab American magazine, and I was told that this person wants to run for the Dearborn Board of Education. You know, we have had great people who represented our community and represented the schools at the Board of Education that I could be proud of. And I'd like to mention them because before they served in the Board of Education, they were serving the community And while they were serving on the Board of Education, they continued to serve the community. And after they left the Board of Education and they became in different positions, continued to serve our community. And that's the leadership that we need when we pick and choose our leaders. And I meant Fadwa Alawi, who is now Fadwa Hammoud, that she was a product of Dearborn Public Schools. She went to the university and became a lawyer, and she served as an assistant prosecutor. She went back to the Board of Education and served, and now she is the highest official Arab American in the state of Michigan, serving as the Solicitor General. Maryam Saad Bazzi, she went to Dearborn Public Schools, graduated from Wayne State University, worked as assistant Wayne County prosecutor, was elected to the Board of Education, served as a Board of Education member, and now she's serving on the bench of Wayne County Court. And she is making us proud. This kind of caliber we need to take back to the Board of Education for the sake of our children. And when I say our children, I do not mean Arab American only. I mean that every child that attends public school is important to us because they are the future of our country. They are the future of our city. They are the future of our city. They are the future of our county. They are the future of our schools. And they are the future in the United States of America. One of them can be the President of the United States of America. And therefore, we need to be extra careful when we select people who sit on the board to serve our community and the kids in our community. Look, I wanted to say to you that we can be proud as a community for what we have given our city and our county and our state. We should really be very, very proud. As an Arab American community, I am the proudest person in this world. Because look in 40 years what we have done, how far we have come, because we work together. We produce the best in order to put them in the right place to serve everyone. And one of these people is 32 years old, mayor of the city that we are very proud of him, is Abdullah Hammoud. Don't let anyone get in the way of our success as a community, as a city. If someone makes a mistake or someone makes a statement that you don't like, swallow it, digest it, try to dissect it, and then come back and make suggestions. We should rise to the occasion. We have to grab the opportunity. Look, we're very proud that we have the second man in Wayne County, Asad Turfa, who is here too. We have the president of the city council in Dearborn, Mike Sar'ini, who is here too. We have Mustafa Hammoud, who's on the city council in Dearborn. He is here too. We have Sam Baidoun, who is on the commission, Wayne County Commission, and he is here too. We have Hussein Hashim, who is on the committee to revise our charter and make it better, and who is here too. So we have community that's on the move, and we should not stop. Why? Because we have a candidate that can deliver on the Board of Education to everyone. He can bring something new. He can bring something new. Before I forget, I wanted to say also we have Al-Abbas Farhad, who is going to be our next state representative. You always forget the people who you love the most. Yeah. And who are the youngest, by the way? So I love you, Abbas. I did not forget you. I was coming to you. It's my old age. So the man of the hour right now is Radwan Saleh. He brings to Dearborn, to the Board of Education, to our schools and to our college. By the way, we have one of the best colleges in the state of Michigan. We should, we should keep it. We should keep it, and we should support the board that support the college and the administration, and work with the union too to make sure that we are fair when we are dealing with the teachers who are teaching our future generations. So we need to select one of the 7 board members that can make a difference for the next 6 years. I tell you, APAC, the Arab American Political Action Committee, who is the founder in here, Abed Hammoud, thank you for finding we are supporting Radwan. The Arab American News, Sada al-Watan, is supporting Radwan because we believe that he is the right person for this time to be sitting on the board, especially at this critical time when we are talking about the future of our generation. Having said that, I wanted to thank you for coming to support him. And the most important support is not only here, but before November 8th. Before November 8th and on November 8th, make sure that each one of us can call 15 to 20, maybe 30 people and say, go and vote. If you have not voted already, go out and vote. You have the chance to vote between now and November 8th. Every single vote can make a difference. We have a sister that lost the election last year to the commission to revise the charter by 5 votes. 5 votes. So when I say call 15 people, I mean it. Call 15 people, call 20 people, 5 people. Make sure that you take people to the voting booth in order to the poll station to vote. If we do not vote on November 8th, it doesn't matter how much we scream between November 8th and after November 8th. It's too late. Please make it happen.
Thank you, Mr. Sablani, for your attendance and powerful words of support. Next up, we will have Imad Hamad share with us a few words. Imad is a board member of AMPAC, which is the American Arab and Muslim Political Action Committee.
Well, one of the advantages speaking after Osama is that he always missed one to recognize, which is Mansour Sharha, director of the IT department in the city of New York. At least he gave me the pleasure to introduce one. Also, I will be missed not to acknowledge brother Salah Ali from ACPAC and Lawrence of Arabia. I think everybody knows him. Okay.
Lawrence is a magistrate in Dearborn Heights.
Yes, he's a magistrate and a good lawyer. A good lawyer. Well, I think we're here for one of the most qualified candidates for the Board of Education. I think Dr. Redhwan records, credentials, speaks for itself. So I'm not going to dwell on that because one of the attestation of his credentials is having all of us here. This diverse makeup of the leadership of the community is a statement attesting to that. So I think our presence here is a statement that goes beyond remarks and political position. It should be more of a challenge to us how we translate this support to practical support. And I go back to say and remind everyone with something that we all keep preaching over the years, that every vote counts. Election is about voting. election is about the power of the vote. This is our future, and that's always the challenge that we face. Unfortunately, if we go back to the primary elections, it was one of the most heated races, and lots of money were spent in it, and yet the turnout was less than 10% all over. And we continue to have this issue among our own community as well. So I think the challenge before all of us, how we make sure that we get people to vote and make sure that people vote and not miss voting. I was asked today to speak on behalf of Brother Abdullah Sheikh, who is the president of AMPAC. I'm only a volunteer. He's under the weather today, so he put me on the spot. Otherwise, I'm known to be more of the director of the American Human Rights Council, which has nothing to do with the endorsement process of political candidate. But we do lots of education and awareness, so we teach people who's the good candidate and who's the bad candidate, and we leave it to people to decide. So again, I don't want to dwell much, but I think, I hope that this is one step further to keep us closer together, to work together as a community. I think one unprecedented race that we all came together and we made the difference is when we all supported our Mayor Abdullah Hammoud. And that was a clear outcome. When we get together and join hands, we can make the difference. Definitely, I want to salute everyone, but more so our brothers and sisters in the Yemeni American community. I think this is a community that is growing, coming rapidly. I always say, Al-Marid al-Yemeni Qadim, it's truly coming. And I see great future. I see great future for Yemeni American candidates, and Dr. Redhwan is just the beginning of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for supporting Dr. Redhwan, and thanks to AMPAC for endorsing his campaign. Our fourth guest speaker for the program is Abdel Nasser Mjalli. Mr. Mjalli is editor and publisher of Arab American Today magazine, founder of The Nation Press, the first Arab American daily news site, and radio host of The Voice of Yemen in America.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
حاضر.
بقول لكم سر صغير. في أي مشاكل تحدث في الجالية دائما أذهب إلى أسامة السبلاني ونتطاوش ونوصل إلى حل. أتمنى أن تظل هذه العلاقة مستمرة. على فكرة هذا الموضوع من 20 سنة مش من اليوم. أعتقد علينا أن نتعلم أيضا كيف نحافظ على مكاسبنا، وأنه يكون معنا خطوط لا يجب أن نتجاوزها بأي عذر أو بأي سبب. في أشياء كبيرة أعتقد أنه لا يمكن نتجاوزها، وليس الوقت الحالي وقت مناسب لشرحها، لكن احنا ندري عن ماذا نتكلم. شخصيا رجل يشتغل في الجالية كإعلامي، أرى هذا الحضور الكريم يمثل فعلا نواة أو يمثل قوة لجالية تنمو بجدارة. أنا رجل عروبي أقول لكم هكذا، عربي أمريكي مسلم، أفتخر بالقريب والبعيد. النجاح، نجاح أسامة السبلاني أو عبد حمود أو عبد الله أو الشيخ الجبال، أي شخص بينجح ويمثلني أنا شخصيا في هذا النجاح. ولذلك علينا أن نحافظ على هذه المسألة وعلى هذه الصيرورة، لأنه بعد 100 عام من النجاحات لا يمكن أن نرجع إلى ضلال. أختلف مع أسامة السبلاني في نقطة، لا يعني أنه أسامة السبلاني صار عدوا لي، لا بالعكس، هو اختلاف الأخ لأخيه واختلاف البيت الواحد. تمام؟ قال عمر بن الخطاب ذات يوم رضي الله عنه: لو رأيت في عجاجا فرجعوني. قالوا: والله لو رأينا فيك عجاجا لقومناك بسيوفنا، لكنهم لم يسحبوا منه البيعة يا أسامة، ظلوا تابعين لهذا الرجل. شاهد في القول أمامنا مشن كبير ومهمات كبيرة قادمة، وفي أكيد في مطبات وخنادق وألغام مخفية لا ندريها، سنتجاوزها بحنكة وبقوة ضمن ثوابت لا يجب أن نتجاوزها. أي شخص سننتخبه كان في البورد اوف اديوكيشن أو كان مير أو كان سيناتور، إذا لا يمثل تطلعات المجتمع الذي تصوت له أو الذي يتقدمك، إذا أنا أصوت لك. لماذا؟ في نقاط لا يمكن تجاوزها، ومعنا أطفال في الميدان. أنا أب وجد، افرحوا جد، أنا صرت الآن 100 طفلين أحفاد. فبالتالي هنا حينما تقدمت وحينما تكلمت وحينما قلت إن من واجبي كأب وكإعلامي على أنه في هناك ثمة خطأ، نعذر الخطأ هذا، لكن علينا حتى أن نحافظ على إنجازاتنا أو أن نحترم ثقافتنا في الدرجة الأولى وديننا، لسبب بسيط، على أنه هذا الكونستيتيوشن العظيم في الولايات المتحدة قد بلس أمريكا في صفنا، فري ريليجن. تمام. أعتقد أن احنا فريق واحد، وأن احنا نتقدم بقوة الحمد لله والشكر لله. هؤلاء الشباب، العباس قال لك مصطفى حمود، شباب صغار يعني من 20 وكذا، يعني معك جيل قادم بقوة. أنا أعتقد الخلافة والمصارحة أيها الرجال الكرام، المصارحة هي أساس القيادة. إذا تصارحت الناس مروا، إذا لم يتصارح يحدث خلاف. أنا شخصيا أفتخر بكل الناس، ونؤيد في مجلة العربي الأمريكي، وأتشرف أن كنا من أول من أيد الدكتور رضوان، كواليفايد دكتور قادم الآن، ورجل ما فيش معه وقت أصلا، ومع ذلك قال في سؤال شخصي سألته أنا، قلت له لماذا يا دكتور وأنت مشغول بالجامعة؟ قال يا أخي أنا رجل أشتغل بالتعليم، وأعتقد أني قد أخدم الجانب التعليمي بخبرتي في هذا الموضوع. فنحن مع الدكتور رضوان. شكرا لحضوركم الكريم، واعتقد ان احنا جاني واحده، وهذه الوجوه الطيبه تدل على انه القادم افضل. واذا كان يحدث هناك خلاف او هناك تاكدوا من ذلك، على ان الخلاف لا يفسد للود قضيه. لابد ان يحدث خلاف في البيت الواحد، لكن تظل الاسره اسره واحده. ارجو المعذره. السلام عليكم.
Jazakallah khairan, Abdul Nasser. Let's give him one more round of applause. The next person I'd like to call up is community activist Walid Fudam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I officially told him I don't want to speak because they have a lot of speakers. Anyway, we are here. Thank you for everyone who's coming here. Thank you for supporting Dr. Redhwan. Thank you for endorsement from each community or society. Thank you for all of you to be here. And we are behind Dr. Redhwan. Whatever I'm going to say about him, it's because he's close to me. He's my cousin. Believe me, he's the right person for this position, for this place, and I hope for him, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him the knowledge to do the will for our city, for our children. And thank you very much for your comment. Thank you for letting me speak. And I think this is your time.
Thank you, Mr. Fudama, for your continuous efforts in our community. Now we will have Masoud Al-Awamila share a few thoughts with us. Masoud is part of the Democratic Party. Masoud is part of the Democratic Party and the Chief Strategist Officer of AMPAC.
أولا وأخيرا يعني it's a hard act to follow after all these great leaders address and enlisted some of the great achievement we have come collectively as a community. As everybody knows, our struggle and stride officially started, and this points for the young generation. It started officially in 1990 with the Clinton administration, with our checks being turned away. And this is kind of the breakthrough which been able to penetrate the Democratic Party. I have the privilege to be officer at large, State Central Committee, associates, and District 12 executive member. And I believe what we have accomplished, it's a great history in the making. And this is a good role model case for our young kids to learn, grow, advance, and evolve. With that, we really stand in big shoulders, something to remember our great leaders who start back in the days before the 1990s. When I talk about Sir Michael Berry, who was heavily involved in, he used to be in the Democratic Party, and the airport at one time was named under him. When I talk about uh, Dan Yunus, but I'm also proud to see a consistent leadership here to mention Sheikh Mjalli, Sheikh Ali Bal'eed, and I'm really happy to see our community start recognizing people at their caliber where they're still alive. That's a great accomplishment and something would make us all proud, and especially for our young generation when we talk about 40% of our society consists of the young generation, and they are 60% of the future. So we are proud and impact to endorse such a caliber in the Department of Education, because we believe all politics are local. And the more we can start with Board of Education, this is a stepping stone where everybody start. So that's a great step to show our impact, our role and involvement in the political system. The more we can get involved, engaged, that's what's going to lead us to real empowerment. And the real breakthrough, like everybody mentioned, happened based on the 2020 election when we endorsed our brother Abdullah Hammoud. Collectively, all organizations come together to endorse our young mayor, who really represent our culture, our tradition, our value system. And then to the latest one, which is Al-Abbas Farahat, a young state rep, which is, he gonna make us proud, and he gonna do a great work, and we wanna wish him to, the best. I'm happy to see also, at the same token, to see Mansour Sharha, who run for the city charter, to be appointed by the mayor to be the IT director, and see next to him Mohammed Hussein Hashim, who really won. So there is no losing in election. There is always learning, and there is always progress, and that will lead to a bigger and better accomplishment and achievement. So with that, we at Impact, we decided to go with all other organizations collectively to endorse and support Dr. Redhwan Saleh, because what he presented and bringing to the table somebody who can preserve, protect, and help our educational system and make sure our kids will be in a safe place, a man of principle, a man of value, and we endorse him, and we behind him 100%. My last point is going to be making sure as we go around the cities and community we serve, turn out the vote. As everybody knows, midterm election, the turnout is very weak, and we need to have all of our community involved. Each and everyone will bring his family, friends, and neighbor to go out and vote in numbers, so we can secure the winning of our friend and Al-Abbas Farahat in the slate, and making sure that we're gonna support our people, not just lip service but encouraging and engaging and letting our community turn in numbers so we can secure their winning. That's part of the system. Our vote is our power. Collectively, we can make it happen. The enemy of good is great. I mean, individually we can do a good job, but collectively we can do a great job. Let's turn out the vote. Let's inspire and encourage our youth that we're gonna be the role example for them, the role model, and we're gonna leave the place and leave a legacy that we left something good when they remember. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, Masoud and AMPAC, for supporting Dr. Redhwan's campaign. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to hand the mic off to Dr. Redhwan Saleh, who will introduce himself and share with us his campaign missions and goals. Dr. Redhwan is the first candidate to be endorsed by the majority of the political action committees.
Assalamu alaikum. I would like to thank every and each one of you for coming today. It means a lot to me, and I'm really happy that I am around my brothers. And I'm here to serve the community and to work all together as one hand. I would like, before I start my talk, to appreciate in a specific Mayor Abdullah Hamoud. Thank you very much for coming. Sam Dearborn, and also Osama Sablani. He is the strategic person for my campaign, and he works hard with me. Thank you so much, Osama and Abid. And I would like to specifically welcome Bil'eid, Sheikh Mujalli, and Eric, Walid Fidama, and all of you. And thank you very much for being here, and this is my pleasure to see you all. I'm happy to be here surrounded with my people who supported my candidates for Dearborn Board of Education. I'm honored to be able to stand in the front of you all and share my goals for the position I'm running for. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming, and specifically the people whom I mentioned, and I love you all, and I can't do anything without you all. Just to say a brief bio about myself. I have attended my associate degree from Henry Ford Community College. Also my high school from Etzelford, and which is public school as well. And one more thing is Sambazi here? I would like to say one word about Sambazi. Just my brother Saleh reminded me. Sambazi was 20 years ago my professor in calculus. So he is my calculus professor. And we used to be good friends 20 years ago when I was in his class. I'm good in math though, so my bachelor is electrical engineering. So I thank you very much, Sambazi, for coming, and I cannot do anything without your help 20 years ago and currently. I have my bachelor in electrical engineering from UFM, and I have also my master degree in project management from UFM, and I have PhD in management and sustainability from Malaysia. So I worked for more than 17 years experience, practical and theoretical. I used to be a project manager for complex projects in US and outside US. So I have very good experience in practical, and I'm teaching in different universities before coming to US. Also, I taught in different universities outside of US. Now I'm teaching in different universities here in US. And I'm proud to say that I am a professor in a university teaching master students. And the subjects that I'm teaching is a lot, but I'm focusing in management. So I teach project management, sustainability, internship, and leadership, supply chain management, and you name it. So I have all these experiences. Thank you very much. And some of you might say, okay, you are a professor in university, so why are you running for the Dearborn Board of Education? And this is a question which I always get from my friends. Running for the Board of Education, it's part of my role. I've been dealing with the student day and night, and I've been dealing with parents, and I have good communication with parents and students as well, and I've been in the management for a long time. So going to the Board of Education, it's basically what my expertise is. I'm running for the Board of Education because I want to support the community. I want to make sure that our kids, when I say our kids again, just like what Osama says, when all students or all students in public schools as well as Henry Ford. Henry Ford is also among the public school. So if am I right? Okay. As well as Henry Ford Community College or Henry Ford College now. So I am here to support all of our students and to make sure that they have the quality of education that they deserve. Our kids, our students in all public school and as well as Henry Ford College, our future. If we spend good time to encourage them about knowledge, then one day they will be in the position of a doctors, lawyers, and as well as a teachers. So I need to spend the time to support the community. I'm a so busy person. I have a lot of things to do, but I force myself to spare some time, to spend some time to serve the community because our children deserve the best. I am a parent and a professor who deals every day with the students. I am also expert in management. I believe that being in the school board is responsibility rather than a simple ball, and I want to serve the community and make sure that Dearborn public school students are provided with high quality of education and that parents, staffs, and teachers concerned are heard. I will make sure that the school administration are coordinating with the parents and teacher at the all time and work to ensure that the administration are happy and satisfied in their jobs. What are the goals if elected? This is also the questions. I'm trying to bring things in reality. These are the questions what I'm receiving from others, so I want to mention it here to everyone so others who are in the social media can hear my aims. So what are the goals if elected? If elected, I will strive to make Dearborn Public School graduate successful student through an education program based in a combination of theory and practice. I believe that an effective educated is vital in our society and that one successfully implemented. I will provide a positive learning environment for students, and in turn this will lead to a society that is better developed socially, economically, and environmentally. I will also work hard to make sure that everyone in our building is saved and secured. The second question which I received from the community is this: what kind of changes do you hope or plan to bring to the district? I'm running to make sure that our school district is saved with the best teachers as Sambezi, and that our schools are equipped with the latest technology. I am well aware of the tax burden of our residents and will work hard to ensure that our district maintains a balanced budget by the securing federal, states, and private grant funds. In all major decisions, I will always take our parents and other stakeholders' feedback into account. I am actively involved in the community. Some of the ways I love to contribute, but not limited to, are delivering lectures and gathering to spread knowledge, providing free consultations related to students' education, and supporting the community in various events when and where needed. I want the community to know that I am passionate in my endeavors and that it's time for them to elect a professor to the Board of Education who is educated, experienced, goal-oriented, innovative, and willing to spend time to serve and support our community. I truly appreciate everyone's support. Finally, as you all know, the election has started. The early election has started, and I encourage everyone to encourage others, families, friends, neighbors, through the social media, to go ahead and vote. Your votes matter. Whatever you do, it can make difference. One vote can make difference. One person can make difference. So I encourage every one of you and families and friends to go ahead and do voting. It's time for us to make a history. It's time for us to make a changes. It's time for us to make sure that our kids are getting the education they deserve. And I'm here to serve the community. And I'm here to work with anyone and to work all as one hand for the future of our kids. The early vote started on Thursday, September 29, and it will all continue until November 7. And this can happen in the city of Dearborn. And the actual day of election will happen on November 8th. And this will be in your prospective school. So I encourage every one of you to go ahead and do the voting. It's very important, and your votes matters. And thank you so much for coming, and we are here to work together. Thank you. Please, thank you, thank you. Please, if you haven't ate yet, have yourself to eat here. I would like to thank Mike Sarini and Salah, and whom I forget about them. Thank you very much for coming.